Good morning. Welcome to Planet Mojo. Today, I have a real dirty job. Yesterday, when I was working on the greenhouse, I blew a circuit breaker, and when I went in to flip it back on, I noticed that the septic system breaker was off as well. I flipped it back on and I got the alarm, and then it kept blowing. So my wife took the top off of the electric. I'm not sure what to call it. It's where the electric comes into the system. There's a breaker in there and stuff. Took that off, and I came and looked at it and found that one of the screws on a terminal completely rusted and fell off, and the wire was touching the inside of the box. And I think during the taking off of the top, the plug to the pump came off. So that needs to be fixed. And to add insult to injury, it snowed last night. So it's either going to be snowy or wet as it melts. It's supposed to be a fairly warm day, maybe mid-30s. So, well, you could see where it's melting on these, but that's because they're full of, well, you know. And it's warm down under the ground. You take these covers off and like warm, very smelly air comes up on the gross side. So I saw the forecast last night that it was going to snow overnight. So I put this bag in a zip tie over the box. What I got to do is go grab something to sit on that's not going to be wet and remove this stuff and see if I can splice that wire. The terminal block itself is shot, and I really can't do much with it. This winter. So I'm going to splice the 3 wires that were under that terminal. I'm going to splice them together, get the plug back on it, re-zip tie the stuff in there, put the cover back on, and hope to hell it works, because you know it can cost up to $1 zillion to have a plumber come out. So this cat's not going to leave me alone. So I need to run over to the shed, get my electrical tools and something to sit on where I can work on this. And she's going to jump up on me if I don't watch her. Maybe I'll get her to follow me over to the shed. So I'm going to go over there and get my tools and get back onto this. Come on, kitty, let's go. Okay, I brought over something to sit on, some electrical tools, and some coffee. Now I just gotta cut this wire tie, and I want to take some pictures of what's there now. Always a good idea. And then I'm just going to splice 3 wires together. That's what I'm hoping. It's actually quite cold out here. Thought it was going to be a pretty decent day, but that's not the case. Okay, so what we have here, this is the wires for the pump, which is down in here. The pump just has a plug on it. And then, what else do we have here? And I think one is for the alarm, but it really doesn't matter. I know that the wire that broke is right here. Well, the wire didn't break. The little terminal screw rusted and fell off. You can see the other one there. Let me try to get a little more light on this. Okay, that's not a lot more light, but you can kind of see what's going on. There are two black leads coming off the top. That screw is intact. The screw at the bottom, which comes from the gray underground wire, that one is rusted off. So I need to take that top screw off and connect all three of these together with a wire nut, and then hopefully in the spring I can get back out here and replace this terminal block. There's a wiring diagram underneath the wires there, but I don't really need it. I can see what happened here. And then up here you can see there is a plug. That's where this went to. The problem with this thing is the dampness from the ground gets up into here, and then you get condensation. It's very wet in here. You get condensation, and that's going to rust these terminals because they're just plain steel. So I'm going to get this little temporary fix. You can see that second black wire, the small one on the right, is a jumper. It goes to this here, and it's really short. So I'm hoping that I can get my big fat fingers in there and get this spliced up, but I might have to make a longer jumper, which I really don't want to do, because then I gotta deal with taking another screw off and getting it back on in this cold weather. That second, the one it's jumpered to, is the power for this emergency light. I don't necessarily need it, but probably should have it. So let's get this other screw off there if possible and get going on this. Okay, I went out and got some zip ties, some wire, and a little piece of sandpaper to clean up this wire, which is a little bit, it's been sparking in there, that's for sure. Okay, that should be good enough. Make a little jumper. Hopefully I didn't make this too short. Yeah, my hands are pretty cold right now. Alright. This side here, I can get my lineman pliers on it and twist. What the Doesn't want to bite. There, that one bit right away. This electrical tape is frozen solid. And I don't believe I have any that's thawed out. I like to tape the wire nuts, but I might not be able to. I'm definitely not going to go thaw it out and then come back. Ah, damn it. I should have gave myself a little more. I have to redo this. I think I'm going to do this side first. This time. Oh, I dropped it in the snow. A lot of tragedy going on here. See, this side has aluminum wire, stranded aluminum wire, and a copper wire. And I've never been able to twist them very good without leaving the aluminum very long and just wrapping it around the copper. Twisting them seems to just, yeah, this is going to be a bitch. Twisting them seems to just destroy the aluminum, which is no good. Okay, that's pretty nice and tight, but yeah, I do want to tape that. I mean, this gets joggled around quite a bit when you put this on there. All right, I'm gonna go thaw some tape and get a replacement wire nut. Okay, I warmed up the tape, and my wife gave me this. It gets really, really hot. It's cool. It's like a hand warmer. You put it in your pocket. I used to have them back in the day where they were actually on fire. And you put them in a bag. I forget what the heck they were called, but we used to use them when we went out winter hiking. But this thing is pretty cool. I'll get the name for you later. Right now I gotta get this done. Yeah, this stuff was nice and flexible within a minute of going in the house, so hopefully this will all stay together until the spring. I will have to put this on my to-do list for spring, which is getting pretty damn long, but oh well. Nice and tight. Now I'm going to, I gotta plug this in and then test it, but I really should put that. And he left, the electrician who did this left almost no slack on anything. Okay, I'm gonna go set the breaker again and See what happens. Okay. It's getting power, but this light is on, and I have it muted from before. So there is a problem besides the wire. Okay, I think that's the problem. You can hear it running, but it's running and it's dry, I believe. Okay, let's investigate. That is the inside of a septic tank. I believe it's just filling up right now. We'll let it run for a little while, see what happens. So I'm not 100% sure that it's working. But the light went off, and it has a test mode, then normal, and then silence, and it is on normal, and it is not, the alarm's not going off. So I could see the float down there. I couldn't see it before. I wish I had smell-o-vision so you could experience what I'm experiencing right now. This is a little bit nasty. Okay, I'm going to go get a flashlight and see what's going on down there. It's kind of dark. Okay, the pump turned off. Oh, I just fear I'm going to drop this flashlight down there. Yeah, this is the third tank, so this is just black water. Stinky black water. So it appears to be working. Lights off. All appears to be well. So I think I got her fixed until summer. I don't know how well you can hear that, but the tank is now filling. This thing needs to go. Caution, electrical stuff. Thank you very much. Okay, all I really need to do is get zip tie. What do I need it? I need it on, really just needs to be on these 3 wires right here. Easier said than done, I know. I do have the power shut off again, so I can wrap it up. Not worry about touching something. Go. And then I have my tool. These are them cheap Amazon zip ties. I get the 50-pound zip ties normally, and I got these on Amazon, and it didn't specify the strength. I usually use 50-pound UV resistant ties, and they've lasted for years in the vineyard, holding rebar together. They're real tough. They're real tough zip ties, but these cheap ones work for some stuff. Okay, we should be good to go. I go turn the power back on and clean up. Well, that'll about do it for today. It's not what I planned to do today, but I'm really glad the solution was as easy as it was. Everything's working. It's turned on right now. And this is what septic systems do 99.9% of the time. They just sit there. The pump only comes on once in a great while, depending on how often my daughter showers. So tomorrow I will be unboxing the heater in the greenhouse and testing that out. I'll get rid of all the stuff that's in there first, because I do believe it's going to rain in there. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. If you like the videos, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the update icon so you're notified when we post new videos. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.